Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So today's video is going to be on this makeup look right here, focusing mostly on the eye look. I did a colorful wing liner. I was on Instagram and I was just scrolling through my page and just got very inspired. That's the word I was trying to say. So after looking on Instagram, I got all inspired and just wanted to sit down and try to create my own colorful makeup look, and this is what I came up with. I really like the way it turned out. Wasn't too sure exactly where it was gonna go, but it turned out pretty good. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for clicking to watch this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go in first with this lip balm by Fresh. It's the sugar caramel scented one, and I'm just gonna use that to moisturize my lips, and then I'm gonna go in and start on my brows. I'm gonna outline them using this CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the shade Rich Brown. I'm going to take this oil control liquid lotion with tea tree oil from e.l.f. and I'm just going to use that to moisturize my skin. I forgot to do this before I started up my brows. Then I'm going to go back to the brows. I'm going to take this e.l.f. Lock On Liner and Brow Cream on an angled brush, and I'm going to go ahead and use that to fill in the brows and finish shaping them up. And I'm using the shade Espresso. I'm going in with my trusted concealer, the NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Nutmeg, and I'm going to use this to clean up the brows. I love this concealer. It's super creamy and it's just really a nice consistency to help with the brows, to help clean up the brows. I don't know if they're discontinuing this. I cannot find it on the NYX website, but I know it's still available on Amazon. But this is the tea right here. I love it. So I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to use that to blend around the eyebrows, just to blend out the concealer and not make it so harsh. So I'm grabbing another favorite of mine. This is the MAC Paint Pot in Laying Low. I absolutely love this for priming my lids. So that's what I'm using it for, to prime my lids and get it ready for the eyeshadow application. Now I'm taking my Pretty Vulgar Translucent Powder, and I'm just going to use this to further set my eyeshadow base down. I'm going to be taking my Jackie Aina palette collab with ABH, and I'm going to be dipping into Ginger as my transition shade. Before going any further, I'm just going to be taking these e.l.f. eye tapes. These are really good. They're super affordable. I think there's they're like $1 or $2 for the pack, but I'm just going to be taking one and breaking it in two and putting it on the edge of my eyes for a cleaner eyeshadow look later. Yeah, so that's the finished look once you put the tapes on. And then I'm just going to continue with that eyeshadow in the transition area, and I'm just going to be building it up in the crease and a little on the outer V until I get the intensity that I want. for my second shade, I'm going to be going in with this darker brown shade in the palette called Credit, and I'm just going to be taking it on a more precise brush, and I'm going to be building it up on the outer V as well as in the crease, but not blending it all the way up to the transition area. Still want some of that first shade that I laid down to show. So I'm just going to be building it up and packing it on and just getting it again to the intensity that I wanted. I'm going in with that brush from the first eyeshadow, and I'm just going to use it with no extra product on it to just blend out the edges of that darker shade. And then I'm going back in with the darker shade on this more precise brush, and I'm just building up that color again and blending some more. And I'm going to be doing this process quite a few times just to get the intensity that I'm looking for, and to also blend the eyeshadows together so that there's no harsh line and they just seamlessly blend into one another. I'm going to be going in with this green shade called Sponsored. It's such a pretty shimmer shade. I went ahead and spritzed my brush with some setting spray just to help the eyeshadow to pop a little bit more in the lid. I'm going to go in with that dark brown Credit on the precise pencil brush, and I'm just going to blend it again just to make the two shades mash together. And then I'm going to be taking this cleansing balm by Pharmacy, and I'm just going to use that to help to carve out my space that I want to go ahead and create my wing. This just helps to create a cleaner base for me to go in and work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it to help to clean up that eyeshadow and clean it up in the shape of a wing. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use a makeup wipe to remove that cleansing balm and also remove the eyeshadow that it helped me to clean up. Like I said, this is just a way to clean up my base to help it to look a lot more neat and tidy. I learned this trick from watching Taylor Made Jane. She's an awesome YouTuber. She's just really amazing, and her eye looks are always popping. And so I learned this from her, and I tried it, and it's actually really good to do. So yeah. So I'm just gonna keep using the Q-tip to just clean up that area and get it ready for my base to go in with my color for the wing liner. Yeah, I needed to add some more tape because the tape I was using got a lot of the cleansing balm on it and it was just not sticking anymore. So I got me another piece of tape and did the same thing. And so now I'm going to be taking this NYX base. It's the white base, and I'm just going to use it as my base for my colorful wing liner, just to help my colors to show up a little bit more and just to help to create that space and have a tacky base for the colors to stick to. This works great for that. Using the cleansing balm helped so much because if I didn't, this right here would start to mix in with the green eyeshadow and the brown eyeshadow, and then I would lose that pure white base that I wanted. When I used the cleansing balm, it just helped me to get that white base so that the colors that I put on top will stay true to what they look like. I'm going to be taking this Box of Charm times Pure eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be taking that blue shade, and I'm just going to use that blue shade just on the innermost part of that wing that I created and just tap it on. I'm going to go into this Colourpop palette, and I'm going to be taking that purple shade called Seeing Stars, and I'm going to place it at the end of the blue eyeshadow that I laid down first, and then I'm just going to tap it on and blend it just a little bit out, not too far because there's other shades I want to add. But I'm also going to try to make sure that it blends seamlessly into the blue and there's no like harsh lines. Now going back into that Colourpop palette, I'm going to take that pink shade called Sandbar, and I'm going to place this at the end of that purple shade, and I'm just going to tap it on and repeat the same step of blending it into that purple shade just like I did with the purple and the blue, just to make sure that they seamlessly run into each other and there's no like harsh chop off or harsh lines. So now I'm going to take that orange shade, and it's called 000, and I'm going to go ahead and just finish off the tail end of the wing with that one, doing the exact same of blending it into the pink shade so it blends in seamlessly. I'm going to go in with this makeup wipe, and I'm just going to go ahead and use it to clean away any fallout from the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go in with this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm just going to use that to kind of prep or prime my lashes for falsies. I'm going to be taking the Lashaholic lashes, and I'm going to be using the style Insta Glam. And while I wait for my lash glue to dry, I'm going to take my Fenty Pro Filter primer, and I'm just going to prime my face. Time to apply these lashes. Now for foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi and the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and I'm just going to be mixing those two together. And then I'm taking my Eco Tools beauty sponge to apply that. Now I'm going to be going in with this Maybelline Conceal Perfect Longwear Concealer in the shade Deep Tan. And I'm just going to put that in all the areas I want to highlight. So that's my forehead, down my bridge of my nose, under my eyes, the whole enchilada. And then I'm just going to be taking this brush. It's a pretty dense brush. It doesn't quite look very dense on camera, but it's really nice for getting into those hard to reach spots on the inner part of the eye. And I'm just going to use that to blend out my concealer. Oh, and I used my setting spray to spritz my face earlier just to help the concealer blend out a little bit easier because I'm using a brush and it's not wet. I feel like it just helps the overall look of the concealer once it blends out. So using my black opal stick, foundation stick in Ebony Brown, I'm just going to take that on an angled brush, and I'm going to use that as my cream contour and just sculpt the face. bringing it around the jawlines, a little bit on the forehead, and the works. Okay, so it's time to set the face down, and I'm going to start off with my translucent powder from Pretty Vulgar, and I'm taking that on a damp beauty sponge, and I'm going to be pressing the product into the skin. I'm putting it everywhere I place down the concealer. I don't bake because I find that my under eyes are very dry, and baking just helps to make them feel drier throughout the wear of my makeup. So I just go ahead and press the product in to set it in, because I still do need to set my makeup with powder so it doesn't slide around all day. And yeah, I'm just doing the same process with that sponge, just pressing it into the skin. And now to set the rest of the face, everywhere else I didn't put the concealer, I'm just going to be using my MAC Studio Fix finishing powder in the shade NW58. Okay, so I'm missing the clip where I applied my lower lash eyeshadow. I just took that brown shade and just blended in with a small brush on the lower line. So now I'm getting ready to go ahead and line my waterline using this black LA Colors pencil. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that on the waterline. Now I'm going to go back in with my mascara, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to my lower lashes. Taking my L'Oreal True Match powder in Soft Sable, I'm going to use it to dust away any possible fallout that I may have had from when I placed my lower lash line eyeshadow down. And I'm also going to just take it over all of the other areas that I used to highlight with my concealer. I'm going in with my large powder brush. I'm just going to use this to help to further blend and make sure that there's no harsh lines over the face. I'm now going to go in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mommy, and I'm going to use that to bronze up the skin. And then I'm going to take it on a smaller brush as well, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to contour my nose. I'm not very good at this, but I do try. I'm going to be using my Black Radiance palette in Dark Deep, and I'm going to be taking that darkest shade right there, and I'm going to be using it just in the jawline area just to add some more definition. Going in with my Black Radiance blush in the shade Raspberry, I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm just going to dust it lightly over the face as well. I'm going to put it on the tip of the nose, a little bit on the forehead, and on the chin. For highlighter, I'm going to be going in with my Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in Rodeo Drive. And I'm going to be placing this on the high points of my cheeks. a little bit on my forehead, on my cupid's bow, down the bridge of my nose. And I'm switching to a smaller brush and I'm going to put some on my brow bone as well as on my inner corner of my eye. I'm going to go in with my brow pencil and just fill in any parts of my brows that might have been removed when I was putting on the rest of my face makeup, and just clean it up a little. And then I'm going to go in with my brow gel. This one is from the Brow Gal, and I'm just going to use that to further set my brows in place. Okay, so I'm going back to the eyes real quickly. I wanted to just do some finishing touches on it, so I'm taking that orange shade called Edges, and I'm just going to use that to blend in between that brown shade on the outer V and also the shimmer shade on the lid, just to help to create a little bit more of a smoother blend. It looked a little bit choppy after I was finished up with most of the face makeup, so I just wanted to add something else to it. Now I'm going in with my Morphe lip liner in the shade Date Night, and I'm going to outline my lips and get it ready for my lip color application. I'm going to be using a lip gloss. Okay, for lip gloss today, I'm going to be using my Dose of Colors lip gloss in On Repeat. I absolutely just love this color. It's just so nice. I love these glosses and the formula. I just love lip glosses on a whole. Now I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Face Mist, and I'm going to use that to set my makeup down. And yeah, this is the finished look again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video if you made it this far, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.